Hello Taurus, Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is going to be a reading for May 2024. It is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. You have come through in the dice, which is why we're reading for you today, and you've also come through with the third house and Jupiter. So it may suggest there's a lot of messages, a lot of communication coming through in the month of May. The third house can also suggest it's you're dealing with maybe new information, possibly learning something new. You might be dealing with your siblings, your extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins. It's also the house of neighbours and neighbourhood. So with Jupiter here, it can suggest there's some sort of good luck, you know, something positive happening there. But Jupiter, in my experience, in my opinion, isn't always just about, you know, being the benefactor. It just makes things that bit bigger, really, and that can be, you know, debts and your waistline, you know, your troubles, whatever. So Jupiter is most certainly going to expand that what he touches, and in the month of May, it's your third house. Currently conjunct Uranus as well, so you may want to look at where Taurus is in your chart and see how relative that is. And the, what do you call it, element is tin, not quite, and it's up right here. And this also represents Jupiter in this deck, which is quite interesting. So the tin is about expansive, yet again, that's why it's Jupiter, but it's also very malleable. It talks about mobilizing energy, but the thing about it is, and this is where I really feel the message is coming through, that it can't withstand a great deal of pressure or weight. And in fact, we've got the Ten of Wands out here in your outcome, and that's kind of what we're dealing with. So there may be something difficult this month that we have to be dealing with, or some sort of pressure, but I actually feel that in some ways this pressure might not be all bad. I really don't think it is all bad. I think it's giving the person I'm reading for sufficient motivation to possibly make a change here. Yeah, there's a feeling of being aligned at some point in the very near future, and having the energy and motivation to make a change, because I'm feeling that currently we're in the empty room. This is the abyss, the vortex, nothing happening. It can be very miserable. It suggests a lack, and we've got the Five of Pentacles here as well, a wanting card. So, you know, it can be like considered a blank canvas. I'm seeing it as something, it's a bit miserable, and it's time with Kairos. This is divine timing coming into play. It can say this has been on for a long time. We've been very patient with regards to whatever the situation is, but we're now aligned, and it is to create love. What a beautiful combination. So I've gone from this kind of, you know, kind of black and miserable to something, you know, way more exciting. And I think, as I say, it's not easy. And, you know, we might have been avoiding kind of, you know, dealing with this or addressing something because it is going to be, you know, difficult and possibly stressful. But I just feel there's sufficient motivation here for somebody. Now, it can be you, it can be your cross-watcher, it can be the person you're dealing with, but obviously the lover does speak for itself. It is a romantic connection. It does speak about devotion and gratitude that, you know, we feel personally. It doesn't need to be a romantic love, but I sort of feel it is for somebody here. I feel that's the driving force behind it, basically. And the creator is just that, you know, it can be someone who's very artistic, etc. But I feel that somebody wants to bring some colour and excitement into their life. All right. Yeah, and that's where this news may be coming from. You know, there may be communication this month that changes things up. I just specifically want to touch on the past here, or something that's leaving our life. It's two major arcana. We have got the Justice card crossing the Hierophant. So I feel that there has been, or, you know, a substantial, important contract in someone's life here. It is most likely a marriage with this combination, probably one that has dissolved. But if it's not, then it has been at least an agreement of some sort. You know, if it's not romantic, you know, it could be your mortgage, or it could be a lease, you know, if you're sharing property with individuals. The Hierophant suggests something orderly, official. It's a commitment, and the Justice card is also a clear decision that, you know, something's been made here. I do get more of an impression that it's a contract, a commitment that has been severed in the past, or that is something that we're dealing with now, because we have got the Eight of Swords with the Four of Cups here. And this is the central issue for the month. And the Eight of Swords is a card of fear in the main. It's been stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I think the issue could be the Four of Cups. And that may be who we're listening to in the month of May. This is the Jealous Sisters card in this deck to me. And it is just that. It is two sisters who are getting in Psyche's ear, trying to spoil a pretty decent relationship, in fact her own marriage. So, you know, that may or may not relate to your circumstances, but the Four of Cups is saying that we aren't satisfied. There is a level of disquiet in terms of our emotional, usually, satisfaction. The Four of Cups is a card where we're an energy when we're not really paying attention to the offers coming our way, or the offers that come our way are, in our opinion, not sufficiently interesting, you know, to motivate us. And the Eight of Swords traditionally is a card of feeling stuck, immobile, unable to make decisions. Not, you know, there has been a clear decision made in the past here. But we're also in this deck, this is when we're being asked to do something we think is unfair, and somebody is going to be displeased with whatever decision we make. We literally can't please everyone here. So usually when it comes through, it's a case of what makes you happy, because not everyone is going to be happy with the decision you make. So at least make yourself happy. But it might mean you have to do something that's kind of quite difficult. That sounds familiar to a previous Taurus reading. But yeah, that's what the Eight of Swords is. So we are definitely dealing with some sort of financial or money issue here, Taurus, for you. I have got the Six of Pentacles reversed with obviously this contract over here. I've got the Five of Pentacles in the future. I've got the King of Pentacles reversed in the subconscious. I've got the Queen of Pentacles upright in the environment. And then I've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So we've definitely got something going on in terms of money. And with the Six of Pentacles in its reverse position, because this is usually a very positive card and it's upright, it's a card of sharing, payments, payouts, that kind of thing. So there may be a feeling in our headspace that something's maybe not fair, and that may be to do with whatever this contract is. This could be, you know, the severing of a contract, whether it's employment or, you know, relational, financial. It's not fair. It's like we're not getting our cut, or we're not getting the payment, we're not getting the payout. Money's basically an issue. And that could be, you know, maybe what's changed in the past here, because the King of Pentacles, when he's in reverse, his Midas on his head. So this is someone who can be very, very mean, who could be having some sort of money struggles. It could even be financially corrupt sometimes. But there's a couple of nods here to selfishness in terms of sharing wealth or abundance. And then the Queen of Pentacles in the environment. Obviously, I don't know who you are in this equation reading. Has got the Judgment card, so she seems very put together in that she's in the upright. This is Queen on Pally, and she's someone who's very, very savvy. She's stable, she's sensuous, she's receptive, and she likes a bargain. She's got a good eye for a bargain. And I'm seeing her here with the Judgment card, and this is obviously quite an important time for whoever this Queen of Pentacles is. And, you know, you could be dealing with your ex-partner here, for example, and you've dissolved a marriage or a relationship. You maybe feel a bit stuck and money's an issue. We're reaching some sort of critical point when the Judgment card comes up. So this can be speaking of consequences for past actions. It's most definitely a period of summing up, but it can be judgment in our favor in terms of receiving rewards for, you know, past efforts. It's basically a summing up period. It doesn't need to be an external experience. It can be, you know, just how we feel inside. We're making this really big decision, and it can be whether we rebirth something or, you know, just completely let it go and wrap something up. And I'm feeling that that's maybe what someone is going to do here, because the person I'm reading for is a Page of Cups and Seven of Cups. So as much as everything seems very pentacle driven or focused, the person I'm reading for is a little bit whimsical this month. I mean, this can just say that somebody has got something new on the love front with the Page of Cups comes through. They may be putting a love offer out there, maybe receiving a love offer, and maybe a lot of them with the Seven of Cups. It can be about exploring options, but this is also comes through usually with a bit of a warning to be very careful of the choices we make, because they're not all good. I don't really see that as an issue if it's the Queen of Pentacles I'm reading for, because she's making good decisions with this Judgment card here, from a very, as I say, stable, centered way. I mean, it could very much be romantic and sexual, in terms of, you know, it's time to kind of come out of the darkness here and, you know, create love, because she is known as, her name on Pali actually means navel. That's why she's very sensual. So we might just be looking at our options on the love front here, or we may be feeling very, the word, romantic. I struggle with that. Yeah, I mean, it all looks really good for, you know, but there is obviously something else going on in the mix here, and it's this individual here. And given that the environment's the Queen of Pentacles and underneath it all is the King, we do have some sort of relationship here. And I will clarify who these individuals are and get a bit more information. Moving into the future, after, you know, feeling that things are maybe unfair on the money. Now, this can relate to government money as well. It doesn't need to be, you know, money involving another partner. For example, there may be some sort of contract or agreement, or I don't know what it would be, but it could be money in relation to the government, you know, and, you know, that could be being reduced because we have got the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is a card of financial loss, financial stresses and woes. It can sometimes be physical, not really seeing that, I'll be honest. I really do think it's more financial. It is also a card of shame and avoidance, because this is someone who is, you know, leaving daddyless, I think it is, the town in shame because of what he's done. So I don't know, you know, there is, I'm not seeing a theft or anything like that, but I'm seeing as something that's not fair here. Someone may be struggling, and it also feels like somebody's not really giving it attention, or maybe being as generous or kind as they should be. So in our hopes, Taurus, for the month of May, we have got the Six of Wands with the Five of Swords, so that's sorted. We're obviously hoping for some sort of victory. I said the Six of Swords, I always get these two mixed up. 1, 2, 3. It's the Four of Wands. I beg your pardon, I do frequently confuse them. The Four of Wands with the Five of Swords reversed here. So we may be hoping for marriage. This could be involve property, for example, or we may be hoping to be a bit more social, getting out and about, you know, coming out of this dark room over here. There may be a conflict that we've dealt with that we're hoping to sort of put it behind us and just sort of reintegrate ourselves or have a little bit more fun. There may be a party or a celebration or a marriage coming up that, you know, again, we're looking forward to going to. There's a fear that we might not get to this though. The Six of Swords is in reverse. The Six of Swords is usually a card of moving away from difficulties. It can be very much a, you know, single traveller kind of vibe. But it is also just a card of travel and trips and movement, transition. There's a feeling that we're not going to be able to, you know, make some sort of change or go somewhere specifically. There's also fear in terms of Pentacles, and it may well be that we don't have the money to do something, you know. Maybe we don't have the money to get married, or we don't have the money to go to, you know, an event or get out and about. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is also maybe not being able to work, because it is a card of effort and mastery and earning. So there's a fear around that, basically. And these are just hopes and fears, you know. I just think this Queen of Pentacles is really, really sorted. She's just making really good decisions, is what I say. So, I mean, I don't know who, I mean, you could be the King of Pentacles here, because she is in your environment. So the outcome is the Ten of Wands, and that is a card where we don't really know where to go. It is a card of burden, but there has been a level of success. You know, we do have the Golden Fleece here. There's been a huge amount of drama. You know, there's literal wreckage behind us here. This is more about where we go from here. So it does come through as exhaustion, having a lot of responsibilities, but in the main I really feel that it's a case of, where do we go now? What do I do now? It is time for something. It's time to create something new. It's time to bring some sort of colour into our lives. And I don't know if it's just specifically a financial issue that's preventing someone from doing that. So let's do a wee bit of clarification for you, Taurus. Now, if you can drop a comment this month, I am offering a free reading once I've done all the 12 readings, and I'm going to put into the hat anyone who comments on any of my readings. So make sure you're subscribed and the bell's filled in so that I can contact you or make the announcement and you pick it up so that you'll get your free reading, okay? So let's just see, this is literally the, sorry, I wasn't ready, the same deck. This is my original deck. It's nearly 30 years old, it might even be longer. I need to work out my age and that would be depressing. So it's the same Mythic Tarot, but it's original. So let's have a look at why we're in the Eight of Swords. The Emperor in reverse here. So we might be dealing with some sort of conflict, Five of Wands at the base of the deck, or competition. The Emperor in reverse is usually the boss or authority, or is some sort of rules or regulations. Now I'm coming back to this kind of government money, or you know, this contract over here, maybe, you know, with a boss or with a father. And when the Emperor's in reverse, it can be somebody who's lost control, or it's somebody who can be controlling or demanding. Let's have a look at who the Emperor in reverse is. Queen. Networker. So the networker is this third house energy that's coming through here. In its upright, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, and in its shadow attribute, which it may be, given that we're in the Eight of Swords and the Emperor's in reverse, conveys information only for personal gain and spreads fear and falsehood. We have got the Child, Magical, and the Queen. So this can be, you know, members of the family, if you like. But again, the Queen in her upright, I think this is the Queen of Pentacles. That would be someone who radiates regal feminine energy, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. In her shadow attributes, that would be someone who is arrogant when their authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. And then we do have a child in the mix as well. Child down here in the Page of Cups. So I don't know if that really squares it up for me. Let me see. See, it doesn't need to be a person. Emperor. To me, that's usually someone who's really, really petty and very, very picky. You know, super, super critical. And the Horse Spirit is in reverse. So freedom is yours is in reverse. So this is where this stress, this feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place, not able to please anyone, not really satisfied with what we're, not able to get any satisfaction with the Four of Cups here. And maybe not able to, you know, escape or feel free, or, you know, be liberated, claim our own independence from something. There's a feeling of being tied to somebody or something, or committed, and that is still the outcome. And this hope is, you know, I don't know, hoping to have a marriage, or to maybe get our own property, or go a place. But this feels like, you know, someone's like putting their foot down here, this Emperor. But I think somebody wants to make some sort of change here. They want to do something new and different. And that's why we're kind of stuck here. Let's have a look at why I don't need to Four of Cups. I want to know more about this Six of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Pentacles in reverse for Taurus for May. Turn. It did. Where's the Six of Pentacles reverse for Taurus? Oh, oops, that's all I got. Yeah, so I don't know if this is yours or not. I did hear it when I was laying out the cards, and I'm ready to rise again. Is that Gabrielle? Look at my life. Look at my heart. I have seen them fall apart, and now I'm ready to rise again. So that may be for you, Taurus. So here we have got some conflict and trouble. We have got some suspicion. We're a little bit confused. We're in the dark. We may be feeling depressed. And it's because of it wanting to go in a certain direction. And for whatever reason, Taurus, you tell me, that's creating conflict. So who's this King of Pentacles underneath it all? The Moon and the Book. Well, someone's very secretive for a start. I keep seeing the Child. I don't know if it's specifically around a child or a pregnancy, or it's just about starting something new. Obviously fit that to your circumstances. The Moon is a card in this deck. It's not just emotions, but it can be that. And this is someone who can have a lot of hidden emotions, hiding their emotions, but it can also speak of rewards and recognition. But this can be somebody who's seen as secretive. It can be someone who's seen as very intelligent, has got a lot of information. We've got the third house coming through here. Who is the King of Pentacles? Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say he's loaded. Well, if he's loaded, he's not sharing it, you know. There's a reason he's in reverse, and if it's not specifically pentacle energy, then it's to do with these emotions. So the koi fish spirit is there's always enough, and this is basically a financial flow card, and it's having more than enough to share with other individuals as well. A little bit more, kind of going off that deck. Show me who this King of Pentacles is, specifically why he's in reverse, and is it who I'm reading for? Right, so there's definitely something to do with somebody's emotions here, okay? We've got the River, super emotional, and it may be about some sort of new love. And now specifically it can just be this Child keeps coming through, it's saying that there is something new, there is someone new. The Maiden is the princess, she's the innocent, yeah? She's the virgin. So there's something new and possibly sensuous, sexual, that someone wants to get involved in. And it may well be that they're actually in a relationship with someone else, I don't know. But that's specifically why he's in reverse, is his emotions. More to do with his emotions than actually his money. Yeah, it's literally, there's something going on with this chart where we can't see the wood for the trees. He can't see the wood for the trees. He doesn't really know his way out of a situation. He's not able to see clearly. He's possibly seeking some sort of guidance. Let's just see how they relate. The Queen and King of Pentacles, what is their current relationship? Direction card again. So there's some sort of news. This is coming through in the third house here. We have got the Heart, which is things that we love, things we like, things we desire. And somebody wants to go somewhere, move in a new direction. Don't know if they're going together. As I say, there's been something separated in the past here. How does the King of Pentacles feel about the Queen of Pentacles? How does the King of Pentacles? Chaos, literally, chaos. How does he feel about her? Okay. The Spirit Dancer is a card of freedom and expression. So this is coming through yet again, that we want to go somewhere where we want to set a new direction. We want to start something new. We want free. But in terms of how he feels about her, everything's a wee bit up in the air. With the topsy-turvies, it's a card of chaos and confusion. And the Spirit Dancer is about freedom and, well, it's freedom, yes, but it's also freedom in terms of how we express ourselves. It can be somebody wants to, you know, start a new project, focus on, you know, a new way of doing things, explore. So, I mean, you know, in terms of how he feels about her, it's not negative at all, but I don't know how she feels about him. He's in reverse. I don't know if he's just like super emotional. So this is somebody who's looking to the future, and this is literally somebody maybe looking for a wife, okay? Maybe looking for a wife. Maybe that's what they need to communicate. So maybe you're wifey material, and this isn't your, you know, partner or your ex-partner, you know, fit it to your circumstances, but that's who he is. So we're looking at the Five of Pentacles in terms of the future. Can't think I've looked at that yet. Why is the Five of Pentacles the future? It can just be somebody who's out in the cold, who's not included. Nellis the Alchemist in reverse here. So this is feeling like we can't change something. Why is the Five of Pentacles in Taurus's future? So now we're going to have an idea. There's definitely romance in this reading, okay? I've got the Singer of the Chalice, which is the Ace of Cups. This is looking for a connection. This is new feelings with the Page of Cups and Seven of Cups here. But it's almost like our feelings are a little bit discombobulated. We may be in fantasy land over here about how we feel about someone, or in terms of how we think they feel about us. But somebody's got an idea, which is good to see with the Five of Pentacles. Things aren't changing. They don't know how to change something, but then we get Taten. And Taten's about doing complete 180s and changing everything up, all right? So let's have a look at this Page of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I mean, it does feel very whimsical and childlike down here. As I say, there is something new with the maiden and the child coming through a number of times. It may be, you know, like a bit of a crush. The Journeyman's in reverse, and this is his hope. I really feel somebody's hoping to go somewhere, go to some sort of celebration, go on a date even, you know. Go to a party. The Journeyman's in reverse here, and that's again not being able to go where we want to go, because that is literally just that. It's a card of travel, a card of exploration, starting something new, being, you know, super optimistic and adventurous, and we're not able to do that. So we're thinking about it, but I don't think we're able to do it. And then we've got Mickle and Muckle, and he's in reverse, and he's literally a child. He's very, very immature. It's just like goofing off all the time, you know. This is either this is the Taurus I'm reading for, or it's how you're seen. It's someone who may have a lot of ideas, you know, but they might be pie in the sky with the Seven of Cups. You might be seeing somebody's not following through. That's why the Seven of Cups here for Taurus. Oh, crikey. And that's a card of adventure and exploration yet again. So, you know, you may well have an option coming up here. I've got a real red flag coming through here, Taurus, with my Glancorner in reverse. That's my Narcissist card. That's someone who's not been truly authentic. Not even close to being truly authentic. This is also someone who's blinded by lust. Who'll say and do whatever she needs to do. They create illusions. They're delusional, and I'm saying that that's the Page of Cups and Seven of Cups is coming through here. So it doesn't need to be an individual. It can say that, you know, how we're seen, or, you know, basically we're being delusional. In some way we're being delusional, that's what I think. It feels kind of pie in the sky. So it almost feels like it's a bit of a reality check. But this Queen of Pentacles, she's awesome. I think so anyway. I just get a feeling she's making really good decisions. Now, you might not like what she's got to say because she's the feline, so she can be super critical. This is literally the mother calling you in from being out to play to say, get your schoolwork done. We've got plans to make. We're going a place, you know, and that might not be, if somebody's messing about here, and I have seen the child a number of times, it literally could be a child. If somebody's not following through or doing what they're supposed to do, or they're making mistakes, or they're playing games, or they're, you know, playing truant at school, whatever, she's going to come in, the feline, and she's going to lay down the law here. I think this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I'm getting a kind of fit in the fuck off thing. Queen of Pentacles, what's she up to with the Judgment card? Or maybe even who she's calling judgment on. Oh, the book is a beautiful card. It's a card of gifts and invitations, but it's also big luck, and I'm kind of feeling that for her. It is also beauty and pleasure, beautifying things. So yeah, there's a feeling of like there's something we're not happy about. We're being very vocal about it. We're being you know, quite serious. But yeah. So we're looking into some sort of meeting or get together here. And it may be in terms of the workplace, but this can be just beautifying. I mean, this is the hope, this Four of Wands. It could be property that we're looking into, possibly buying property, or, you know, renovating our property, or making some sort of change. But I just feel that there's somebody in the mix here that she's dealing with, and it's possibly a younger individual or someone who's been immature. Put it that way. Somebody's been immature and she's not going to be putting up with that because things need to be done a certain way. Okay? Okay. Let's see what this hope is with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, Taurus. Now I'm ready to rise again. So there's a spirit dancer, but this time it's in reverse here. And we've got some sort of lovesick Romeo underneath the deck. Mike the Mayamancer is very patient and he collects information and he studies everything, studies the movement of mice. He's very mystical as well. So this is almost like kind of being in the background, you know, preparing, planning, collecting information, making notes. But I don't see any action, and I think that's why it's coming through in the hope that we're now wanting to sort of put something out there or get out there. But I am seeing there's definitely some sort of romantic undertone to whatever that hope is, Taurus. And it is literally, there's the child again for something new or a child. Just starting, I just want, it's like, I was literally going to say I just want to start new. I just want everything fresh and clean. But we've got the fear of the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, either not having the money or some issue at work or having to go back to something that we don't want to. And the fear is most definitely a fear. Opponent's Wild Daughter, the card of nightmares and madness. And it's also where we are very psychologically stuck and held until we've addressed something. And there it is again, Spirit Dancer yet again in reverse. Not able to kind of get free or explore or go somewhere. Oh, what's hidden? Journeyman's in reverse. So your fears are very realistic, Taurus, is what I'm going to tell you. Opponent's Wild Daughter is thankfully a fear and not a reality, because it is quite a very difficult energy to deal with. It can say that there's something buried, you know, that needs to be unearthed. It's something that needs urgent attention, usually. It's where we can not just be having nightmares, but we can be depressed, can slip into madness, because there is a feeling of being kind of delusional and avoidant here. So yeah, hope that's helpful. So let's have a look at the outcome. And we are sat in the Ten of Wands, not really sure where to go. Feeling, you know, burdened or weighted. I mean, it can be specifically dealing with a debt. You know, again, I'm getting this feeling that somebody's just like shirking off. Mickle is this page down here. I don't know what the mix is here, but there's most definitely somebody who is very mature, very confident, very clear in the direction they're going, very grounded, and yet there's also this feeling of goofing off and immaturity and messing about. And I just think it's not going to wash. It's not going to wash this month for you or for however you're connected with here. So as much as I've got the third house of communication, I'm seeing there is an issue in terms of how someone communicates, or indeed there may be no communication. I do think someone may have a serious crush here, and they may think they've found their ideal person. They absolutely do want to explore that. But it's the action, it's the doing, it's the planning, it's the practicality of it that I feel is lacking. Okay, I'm going to leave it there and take you some advice, Taurus. Please do let me know if it resonates. And if not, just drop an emoji or a comment so that we can get you into the draw for the free reading. Taurus. What advice do you have for Taurus for May 2024? I think. Make plans and focus. Honestly, that's just it. Set your sights higher. That's obviously a really beautiful card as well. I think someone needs to be more focused. Possibly this chap. Let's just read it. I've got better words than me. Shield Maiden. And now I'm ready to rise again. Do look up the song if you think it's for you. Here we go. Have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. Taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. And I think somebody's done that, honestly. All great warriors have a plan. You're a sensitive being, and if you're not prepared for the tasks you're taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move higher, and set your sights higher. Set your sights higher. I don't know what your intentions or, you know, aspirations are, but this is suggesting that you can actually achieve a bit more than that. Okay, Taurus, do look after yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.